following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's Ravens Report, the Ravens take flight as the passing attack leads the way in Denver. Plus, we sit down with linebacker Tyus Boswer and preview this week's game against the Colts on Monday Night Football. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
He's got 15, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens. They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. Another week and another win for the Ravens, who now sit at 3-1 after the first 4 weeks of the season, which was once often referred to as the quarter pole, and a time where you start to know what type of team you may have. But remember, it's now a 17-game season, so the math does change, but the strong start does not, especially when you factor in where this team was from an injury standpoint to start the season. And now as they prepare for a Monday night clash with the Colts, the Ravens are getting back some key pieces, which should only help their cause. But before we look ahead, there's plenty to break down from an impressive road win against an undefeated Broncos team, where the challenge was obvious. How would the Ravens move the ball against one of the league's top defenses? Well, we had center Bradley Bozeman mic'd up, so here's a front row seat for how the Ravens got it done in the Mile High City.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Bro, that game day flexibility just hits different.
Hey, great. Do what you do.
I thought you had your helmet, bro. I thought you had your helmet on there. I wanted to headbutt you.
I
was like, oh. Hey, let's go. Let's start it off.
Yes, sir!
The Ravens face a 3-0 Denver Broncos team that has the number 2 run defense in the NFL.
It's our game. We play ways for the play. We win. Simple as that. It's on us. Every single one of us. Physical, physical, physical.
Yeah.
There's too many white jerseys, too many brothers, it's too many fighters. You got one job, one thing to do. 1, 2, 3, go!
Yes, sir!
Yes, sir!
Justin Tucker approaches the ball, and we are underway in Denver. There's a loud crowd here at Mile High.
LJ! Start it off. Do this from the jump.
Another.
Ah! They keep playing they're playing over the top. Every pull, they're playing over the top. Immediately.
Bridgewater out of the gun. Ravens rush 5. Bridgewater under pressure. Sacked back at the 41-yard line. And it is the rookie, Adafe Owe.
So much for Adafe Owe not getting sacks at Penn State.
He left his feet and just swallowed up Teddy Bridgewater. Ravens offense trying to find its gear. Ravens limited to only 18 yards rushing in the first quarter. Lamar Jackson only 1 rushing attempt. You can hear and feel this crowd. Off the play fake, Jackson with time, throw across the middle, complete to the 40-yard line. And coming down with it is Sammy Watkins, a 20-yard gain.
Stop, Sammy!
Jackson takes the snap from the gun, has time. Now he fires to the 10-yard line. It's caught, and that is good for a 14-yard gain. And Mark Andrews with back-to-back catches moves the chains on back-to-back plays. Running this time to Latavius Murray, sweeping to the left. 10, 5, he's in! Touchdown! Latavius Murray! And in the first few weeks, we only saw Latavius Murray running between the hash marks inside the numbers. Today, Greg Roman is using him on sweeps, and that time he sweeps into the end zone.
We needed that. You know those runs, like those plays, he calls a play? No, bro, we're about to score on this. You know those? Yes. I was like, we're about to score on this one. Keep running that thing. Let's go.
10-point lead, 17 unanswered points.
13-point lead against Detroit, blew it. 10-point lead here. Have they learned their lesson from that?
As Drew Lock, last year's starter, comes in for the Broncos. Off the play fake, Lock under pressure. Tyus Boswer wraps him and drops him back at the 36-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, spread out along the line. Off the play fake, Lock has some happy feet, hit, and he's dropped back at the 21-yard line. That is Justin Matabike, who got a handful of jersey. And the Ravens come up with their season-high 4th sack of the afternoon.
Hey, y'all balling. Y'all balling. Keep that shit up. Great job, D. Great job.
Which has been the Ravens' MO in the hardball era. Get the lead in the first 3 quarters and then pound it in the 4th.
No doubt.
Trying to put this thing away.
You go to keep the record alive.
The competitor in me says yes, do it.
It's not victory formation. They go shotgun with Latavius Murray.
They're trying to get it.
Jackson will keep it on the quarterback sweep, runs to the left, gets around the 20, 25. He's got the record. Time is expired.
You know, that's one of those things that's meaningful, you know, and it's a very, very tough record to accomplish, and it's a long-term record. I'm not going to say it's more important than winning the game for sure, and it's certainly not, but as a head coach, I think you do that for your players and you do that for your coaches, and it's something that they'll have for the rest of their lives.
I don't know if I had my best day today, Coach, but we'll build on it.
Three road games in 3 tough environments through the first 4 weeks of the season is no easy task. And as John Harbaugh put it, to win 2 is quite an accomplishment. And now it's about coming home and taking care of business. Coming up on Ravens Report, fresh off his 2-sack performance against the Broncos, we sit down with outside linebacker Tyus Boswer next. Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. The defense got after who was ever under center for the Broncos last week in Denver. 5 sacks and 11 quarterback hits was exactly what this defense was looking for after a low sack total to start the season. And the wealth, it was spread around when it came to who was putting the quarterback on the turf. 4 different players, each with a sack, and Tyus Boswer picking up 2 of them. And for Boswer, it just further cemented his status as a key piece to this pass rush. The former second-rounder signed a new deal in the offseason and now is in his 5th season as a pro, seemingly poised to have a breakout year. Here's Tyus with Garrett Downing.
You had a great game on Sunday, came up with a pair of sacks. What was working for you in that game?
Man, honestly, it was just my mentality, just, staying clear of, overthinking and just going out there and playing football. I had the confidence of the guys to just go out there and play, not overthink stuff, not look over things, just go out there and play football the way you know how to play football. So that's what kind of helped me.
After the game, Coach Harbaugh is talking to the team, and he's giving out the game balls in the locker room. You got one of the game balls. What does it mean to you to have that moment in front of the team and the coach says, Tyus, I want you to have this?
That means everything, man. It just shows you the hard work that you've done, during the off season, training camp, and it just shows that, guys appreciate you, the team appreciates you, and, the hard work has been paying off. So just to be able to be in that moment and just see the guys, congratulate me, it meant everything.
Where do you put the game ball?
I put it in my room. I just bought me a case from Michael, so put it in there. It's on top of my dresser, so it's sitting there proudly.
Awesome, awesome. As somebody through the first 4 games who's getting after the quarterback and playing really well is the rookie, Odafe Owe. He had a sack again on Sunday. What has allowed him to make such an immediate impact on this team, and what do you think of him?
Man, honestly, it's just, just his mindset. He's just a gifted guy, a guy that wants to go out there and attack and play football. And naturally, he's just gifted. And you see it out there. You see he had another sack. And, just to see that, man, I was proud of him, man. So just to be able to do, just be able to be a guy, to be there for him, just to see him play, to help him develop, man, it's just been awesome.
So I want to go back a little bit for you because this has been a big year for you. If you go back to March, you signed a big contract extension, 4-year deal. What was that moment like for you, knowing that all the work that you put in to getting to this point kind of pays off and you get rewarded with the second contract, which I know is really hard to come by?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just went through a lot, you know, those 4 years just trying to prove myself, continue to develop and be a player that, you know, this coach is, the organization can trust. And, you know, opportunities came when they came, and I took advantage of it. And fortunately, things worked out during the offseason where I was able to get a good contract here. And just to sign back, man, it just felt amazing. I felt at home, it felt natural being here. And just to be around the coaches again, around, you know, you and everybody around here, man, it's awesome.
Now, I know you're close with your family. Previously, you bought your mom a house. So when you get the news that it's a done deal, you're signing here with the Ravens, you're getting a contract extension that, you know, is life-changing in a lot of ways. How did you share that news with her?
It was a huge moment for her because, you know, just where we come from, you know, you don't see that type of money come around. So just be able to work hard and just go through what I've been through to see her happy, to see her shed tears, man, it just meant everything. And that's what I do it for. I do it for my mother. I do it to see and make her happy, to represent, you know, the name on my back and my family there. And, you know, whatever I go through here, man, it's always worth it when you see your family happy.
And lastly, Tyus, you guys are 3-1 right now. You know, you won 3 straight games, and you have a stretch here where you're playing a whole bunch of games at home. Do you like where the team is at this point of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we still have, you know, a long ways to go, but just what we've done the past 4 games, man, you know, we're definitely moving in the right direction. And we're going to continue that. We're going to continue to stay in the playbook, continue to work on our game as a defense, as a team. And we're just going to come together as players to, you know, go out each and every week to win games, especially, you know, these next 3 being at home. But that's kind of just our mindset, just to, you know, stay humble, continue to work hard, man. And then, you know, once Sunday comes, we just try to take care of business, come out with some wins.
Tyus, thanks so much for the time. Keep up the great work. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
And a great sign for the future of this defense, and especially that pass rush. Through the first 4 weeks of the season, Bowser's now tied with rookie Adafe Owe with the team lead in sacks with 2 apiece. Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Baltimore Ravens hosted their 6th annual Sip and Paint Night at M&T Bank Stadium.
Ravens Report is brought to you by MedStar Health, the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens, and you. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and on Tuesday, the Baltimore Ravens hosted their 6th annual Sip and Paint Night at M&T Bank Stadium, an event that hosted, among others, those who are currently battling or have overcome breast cancer. And it's part of the Ravens' continued support of the NFL's Crucial Catch Initiative, where the goal is to fight cancer through early detection and risk reduction. Enjoy a look back at a great night with some special Ravens fans.
So we're here at M&T Bank Stadium for our 6th annual Sip and Paint event. We're here to honor women that are currently battling and have overcome breast cancer. We're here with these ladies that have been battling cancer, breast cancer, survivors, so we're really excited to be able to mingle with these women and have fun with them.
Back to back. It's always a pleasure to be able to give back to, you know, people that look up to me and watch me play on the field. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity to, you know, be a light in somebody's day.
My name is Barbara. I'm a 2-time 18-year breast cancer survivor, and I have been fortunate enough to come to this event since it started. Sip and Paint gives me an opportunity to be around other breast cancer survivors. The people are wonderful, the food is good, and it's always wonderful to see what player is going to come out, take pictures with us, and join us in the painting.
Yeah, like this. There we go. I gotta speed up on mine, huh? You guys are almost done. Just hanging out with these awesome women, you know, just taking pictures with them, painting this wine bottle, so it's a lot of fun. It's awesome to be out here with them.
It is such a wonderful opportunity to fellowship with family and friends and breast cancer survivors, from breast cancer survivors to all my survivors and those who are embracing this opportunity. I say thank you so much.
They've all fought so much, and I can't even imagine what it's like or what they've been through, you know, so they're amazing, they're so strong, and just hearing their stories, it encourages me and encourages all of us. Thank you very much, appreciate it. They're all amazing, so being here and talking with them is awesome.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, we take a closer look at how Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense took advantage of a Broncos run-focused defense. It's the Billick Breakdown after this.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. On Sunday, the Denver Broncos made it clear they were going to do anything possible to try and stop the Ravens' rushing attack that had once again been dominant through the first 3 weeks of the season. And while the Ravens were able to get north of 100 yards on the ground, they did most of their damage through the air, with Lamar Jackson going for a season-best 316 yards passing on 22 of 37 attempts, including a gorgeous dime to Marquise Brown, 49 yards for a touchdown. And for more on that passing attack, here's former Ravens head coach Brian Billick with the Billick Breakdown.
Well, obviously another good road win for the Baltimore Ravens. We've talked many times about how difficult it is to go onto the road and win, particularly a place like Denver and a team that was 3-0. Vic Fangio, as a head coach, you can see his defensive background because he really pushes the edges defensively, does a lot of creative things, can be very disruptive. But as we see during the course of the game, it also left them vulnerable to some big plays. As I've always said, you can stop anything you want, but at what price? And the Baltimore Ravens made them pay the price. They didn't run the ball as well, but because of the way Denver cued in on the run, they were able to come up with a lot of big plays. Let's look at a couple of those big plays. First off, you're going to see where they dropped the two safeties down. Looks like a 4-cross zone, but they screened the two safeties up. Why? Because they want to add extra people to the box. They want to make sure that they have enough people to handle the run. Well, Lamar Jackson, and you got to give Greg Roman a great deal of credit for setting this up, recognizes this defense, and he's able to deliver a deep slant in behind it to Sammy Watkins for a 20-yard gain. Very, very well orchestrated and excellent recognition of what's going on. This next play, we saw this combination several times last week. What you're going to see is at the top of the formation, Andrews is going to cross the formation. At the bottom, this is just a 3-level throw. The bottom receiver is going to go vertical. You're going to see Andrews crossing at about that 20-yard level, that intermediate, and the back leaks out underneath. So you have the deep, intermediate, and shallow throw. Lamar reads it from the top down. He sees that the corner bails on the go route. Andrews is coming open in a wide open area underneath that go route, and you've got the drop off to the running back underneath should he need it. Saw this a lot last week. This next one, again, this is a nice combination. Again, kind of variation on a theme. Now you're going to see the receiver at the top, shallow underneath. Andrews, who's down at the tight end position, runs just a little 12-yard out. So you have a lot going on underneath the safeties. The linebackers are recognizing that, and they do a great job of bringing Marquise Brown in behind at that second level. You can see the safety coming all the way backside, running up because they want to stop the shallow cross. They want to stop Andrews. That left a hole for Marquise Brown in behind the linebacker level. Nice recognition by Lamar Jackson, and again, getting a big gain. Now, this is where you can see the dilemma that the defense for Denver has. You're going to see the play fake, okay? And then look at this little slant open up outside. This is a real simple pitch and catch, the ultimate and read option, very easy. But if you go to the end zone view, you can see the way the linebackers, because of the running game of the Baltimore Ravens, you're going to see the way the linebackers really have to commit. They pull the guard, they pull the tackle. No linebacker's not going to jump on that because that says counter all the way. They're going to jump it. You can see that little voided zone in behind it makes it a very easy pitch and catch for Lamar and the offense. And this last play is the consummate Vic Fangio trying to be creative, which you have to be to stop the Ravens. He brings a 6-man pressure. There's a 3-man formation on the bottom in the bunch. And what they do is they bring 6-man pressure. Well, they're a man short. Prochet is able to get across the field. One of those blitzers should have come off and taken Prochet. They jumped the three-man combination with the crossing route. Prochet gets in behind it for obviously a huge gain in behind the defense. And this is the dilemma that they had. They focused on the run. I'm talking about Denver now. Did a great job, but they gave up a number of big plays. And that's the key if you're going to beat a team that builds that box to stop the run. Of course, you got to throw in the defense, doing a great job. 5 sacks, always going to be a factor for them. Obviously going to be very important as they come back and get to play the Indianapolis Colts on Monday night.
Well, as Coach Billick referenced, making big plays in the passing game is critical when teams sell out to stop the run. So far, the Ravens this season have proven plenty capable of doing just that. And they'll once again be tested Monday night against a challenging Colts team that, like the Ravens, have been battling injuries so far this year, but still have Pro Bowlers at all 3 levels of their defense, most notably up front, with a mountain of a man in DeForest Buckner and a tackling machine at the linebacker position in Darius Leonard. Here are a couple keys in this one to keep your eye on. Remember, the Ravens and Colts faced off last year in Week 9. It was a grinded-out win for the Ravens, 24-10, and takeaways were a huge storyline in that one. Remember that Chuck Clark fumble recovery touchdown that completely shifted the momentum. The Ravens have 4 takeaways this season. They'd love to add to that total against the Colts. Offensively, you have to imagine that the passing game will continue to be a big part of this offense, especially against these Colts, who are 30th against the pass this season. That's it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching, and don't miss the newest episode of the Purple Chair Podcast with Cassie Calvert, who introduces you to the Ravens organization in a new way, featuring voices you may not have heard from. Those episodes are available wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you next week on Ravens Report.